gentlemen, boys and girls, and those of you who don't conform to society's constructs, welcome to Stand Up on the Stour! Please welcome your host for the evening. He's fat, he's hairy, he's pretty damn sexy. It's Daniel Lambert! Comedy, am I right? That's just the hair. I didn't believe it. How are you doing? We all right? Yeah. Brilliant. Great start. So yes, my name is Daniel Lambert. I am your host this evening, your MC, your tour guide, if you were, guiding you throughout the night, from act to act, until we reach our final destination, which unfortunately is the end of the show. But it's quite ironic, really, that I'm talking about tour guides. Bearing in mind we're here, you guys don't really know much about tour guides, do you? So to get that joke, so where we are, the mooring, this is home to Canterbury Punting Company. They do tours. I work for Canterbury Historic River Tours. We do tours. Our tours are better than their tours. Oh, Luke, I'm sorry, Luke. Wow, we didn't mean to upset anyone that quickly. Brilliant. So yes, a little bit about myself. I've got incredibly long hair. Thank you. Also incredibly short, but I don't really like talking about that. Don't really want to mention it tonight. Don't want to stoop to that level. Good. We like the short joke. I love it. Yes. So I've got long hair, and I know what you're thinking. Yes, I am the answer to the question. If Jack Black and Gimli from Lord of the Rings had a baby and was at age 20. Now, you seem like you get it, but just in case you don't, bear with me. Toss me! Toss me! No, you seem confused now. That was supposed to help, guys. That was supposed to help. If you can't see it, just bear with me. This is the greatest and best song in the world. Tribute. A long time ago, me and my brother Kyle here was hitchhiking down a long and lonesome road. No, you still don't get it. Okay, it's fine. Hopefully, you'll get it after this, alright? When all of a sudden, there shined a shiny demon in the middle of the road. And he said, toss me! Brilliant. So yes, give it up for our bar staff, sorry. I've completely forgot to look. Give it up to them. We've got Ollie and Drew and Tom somewhere. So what are the drinks tonight? What's the drinks tonight? Two cocktails for 15. Please get bladdered. It'll mean you enjoy the night a lot more. It means you enjoy these guys a lot more. It means you enjoy me a little bit more, because you're going to have to put up with me all night, alright? You're going to have to put up with me all night. But yeah, with my long hair, I'm always being compared to other people who have long hair. Some people have compared me to Jason Lamar. Others have compared me to a fat Russell Brand. Cheers, Mum. The other person I get a couple of times is Jared Leto. I mean, that's a bit of a compliment, really. Other times I get called Hagrid. Cheers, Dad. But you've probably noticed from the advertising that it wasn't supposed to be me emceeing tonight. It's supposed to be a guy called Mike Orvis. Now, it's quite funny, it's because they decided to pick the one person who looked most like Mike. So let me just get it up. Yes, so that was the guy who was supposed to compare tonight. I'm the guy who's comparing now. Not much difference, really, is there? Not much difference, really. But we've got 10 amazing acts for you guys. 10 up-and-coming acts. Now, I'm going to use the word up-and-coming because I did a gig recently in Lenham. Any fans of Lenham here? Brilliant. And while I was at Lenham, someone asked for my photo at Canterbury. Brilliant. Now, what's really good about this story was I was actually doing this gig with one of the comedians that's going to be performing tonight, Roy. So we both performed. We came off. It was the interval, and this person recognised me, and she came up to me and said, "Daniel, can I have your photo?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." Now she was going to get it up to do like a selfie of us, and she was not very happy. So she looked at Roy. She went, "Can you take it?" Even though Lemon's story's not that funny, Roy. I don't know why I included it. Never mind. Never mind. Anyway, so she was getting all ready like to take a photo like this, like you know, like. And then I kind of went. So it wasn't really sure what to do. It was the first time someone asked for a photo. But yes, we've got 10 up-and-coming comedians for you guys, so that's really good. You're going to love them. We've got 5 in the first half, 5 in the second. Makes sense? I'm the guy who does it, do you know what I mean? I thought, 10 acts, how can I split this up nicely? How can I do this so that it's fair, it's even, the audience get a nice balance? 5 and 5, sounds good, sounds good. But another part of my job as host, as MC, as a tour guide. Oh, Ollie, it's going to be a long night for you, mate. Is to warm you guys up a bit. Do a bit of audience interaction. Now, this is my first time MCing, so I thought I'd help myself out. I decided to go on Google and type in conversation starters. Because, I just wanted to make sure that we all had a good time. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to pick on someone I don't know. You, sir, what's your name?
It's Dylan.
Dylan, would you like a funny conversation starter or a general conversation starter?
Might as well be funny.
Funny, brilliant. Wrong side. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes, it depends.
Informative. What's your go-to joke?
I'm not particularly funny, that's one like that.
Now I did this bit because I thought someone would be really interested in talking to me, Canterbury. So what's your name? Would you like a funny conversation starter or a general conversation starter? General. Okay. Are you a cat person or a dog person? Cat person, brilliant. What song do you wish you could put on right now?
A bit of Michael Jackson, I guess.
Yeah. Controversial. Controversial.
Yeah. I'm not being after.
Brilliant. So you guys, are we feeling warmed up?
Yeah.
No one next said, Daniel, it'd be fun if you compared this event. It'd be really good fun, a good experience for you. Are you guys feeling a bit warmed up? There we go. Are you ready for your first act, ladies and gentlemen? Please stamp your feet, clap your hands for the one, the only, Scott Fisher!
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, we got 12. We got more. Anyway. I know what you're thinking. Mr. Bean's had a terrible car crash. That's just me. Do you know what? The amount of times they've heard it and they still laugh. It's not even funny at this point. They just go, yeah, you do look like Mr. Bean. Got a nice chair. Anything funny? Yeah, it's got anything funny, but no, I've actually started a swimming career. That took a dive. Didn't say it was funny, come on. But they told me I'd never make it in life. I haven't, but they say it's not about winning or losing, it's about taking part. I bet they didn't say that after World War II. Imagine this little German kid coming out and going, I'm so glad. I know we didn't win, I'm so glad we took part. Yeah. I studied drama and theatre at University of Kent. Anyone from University of Kent? Anyone from County Christchurch? Yes! I'd run if I were you. But I studied drama and theatre, which basically means I'm an unemployed alcoholic with a dream. Only joking, I can't act. But I'm actually doing really well at uni. Oh, I've spelt that wrong. I'm actually failing uni. So if you're wondering what's written in my hands to my jokes, or if you can't be bothered to listen to me, subtitles. But if you're generally deaf, I can't do sign language at the same time. It's a bit all over the place. But I've been applying for jobs recently. Anyone unemployed? Love that. Unemployed gang, we're living on benefits here. No, I didn't realise when you're applying for jobs, like how hard it is. The amount of questionnaires and forms you've got to fill out. I was filling out one for Next. I must say, other shit employers are available. And I was filling out this form, it got a bit deep. And I started going, are you happy with who you are? Do you easily get anxious or stressed? Well, it doesn't really show a good sign on the company though. They should have just said, are you currently seeking therapy for a mental illness? No. Good, because you bloody need it after working here. But literally, it's easier to join ISIS than M&S. Trust me, I know. I think that's what that letter was about earlier. But yeah, no wonder like ISIS are going for young unemployed people. They're literally swapping Asda for AKs, B&Q for Baghdad, Tesco's for terrorism. Look at right hand. You're an idiot. Oh, paper. Don't you see a paper bag trick? Don't you see a paper bag trick?
Yeah.
Oh, where's the enthusiasm? I thought it was enthusiasm from you guys. Oh, you've seen it plenty of times before. I'll leave it for later in the show. Let's build up suspense. But what I've noticed since being alive is, why do the most aggressive dogs have like the cutest names? Like, you see little Bella, and the dog will come over you, with like blood down it. I don't want to see little Bella anymore. It's the same troublemaker. You know the troublemaker when you were back in secondary school? And they always have like a name like Jonathan. And it'd be like, you'll see Jonathan in the hallway, and Jonathan will come up to you and be like, you think, oh, Jonathan's quite nice, isn't he? Jonathan's quite nice. And he'll come up to you and go, if you dare speak to me, I'll slit your fucking neck. Alright, Jonathan. But I wonder just how serial killers and criminals get away with it, like Ronnie and Reggie Cray. You think, oh, no, Ronnie and Reggie Cray. With the little sweaters on. And like Jimmy Savile. We're going there. Little Jimmy, imagine your mum going, do you see little Jimmy? Do you want to see little Jimmy? 4 years later, if you hear, do you want to see little Jimmy? You're running for the hills. But has anyone seen the Netflix documentary about Jimmy Savile? Yeah. Have you got any paedophiles tonight? Wrong gig. That's for the Paedophile Society next week. Anyone seen a Netflix documentary? Anyone? Yeah, a little bit. And what I thought of is, do you think criminals are more scared of getting a Netflix documentary about them than an actual criminal sentence? So imagine like the judge being like, oh, you've got 12 years for murdering. Oh, that's fine. Oh, and Louis Theroux's coming to interview you. But I've actually got a poem today. I got into poetry. I went to India. Anyone from India? Great. Yeah, so I went to India, and this guy came. I wasn't trying to get to India. I was trying to get to Skegness, but the M1 was shut. But this guy came and the missus said, "Do you learn poetry?" So I've written something today. So I've got it here. We hate poor people. We hate poor people. Oh, that's the letter from the Conservatives. My other poem. Oh, yeah, right, here we go. I'm nervous. Can you tell I'm nervous? Thanks. And here's my poem. It's called Silence. Here we go. What are you laughing for? It's called silence for a reason. Silence. Right, on to my next thing. So this is this is a routine I performed at the society. They seem to enjoy it. It's called my Nancy Song Poems. or other, which is like aggressive poems. And my first one is any Beatles fans in?
Yeah.
You're my guy today, you're my guy. So this is a Beatles song, it's called Run For Your Life. And you think, oh, that's not so bad. But the lyrics are... What were the lyrics? I can't remember. Do you know the lyrics?
I don't know.
You knew my set before then, didn't you? No, it says, I'd rather see you dead, little girl, than to see you with another guy. But the next one, we're going into depths of paedophilia here.
Okay.
Sorry for looking at you. Please come to the Paedophile Society night next week. But the next song's by Don McLean, and this is all from the 60s and stuff like that. And one of them is the line, I'll take a look underneath your hood. Say that to a girl, come on. I want to look underneath your hood. I'm not a fool for yesterday. No, but my last one is by far the creepiest guy I like. I get distracted. No, my last song is called Judy, Judy, Judy by a guy called, I don't know, Jimmy Savile probably. And one of the lines is, I like the way you wrinkle your nose. Imagine like you're sitting with a girl, imagine like she accidentally has like hay fever, and she's sitting there, oh, that gets me going. and my favourite, not favourite, I shouldn't say favourite, the Paedophile Society night next week. And it's, no more bright blue jeans, all at once, she's 17. Oh! That's a bad one. That's a bad one. And the last one is, when she walks, she's got the cutest twist. Right. When do you look at a girl and look at her twist? Imagine she's had like, right. Imagine she's like an old woman. She's just had hip surgery, and then she's walking like this. Oh yeah, that's a bit of me. That. Yeah. So I've been Scott. I've always been Scott. That's me done, so thank you. I'm off to jump off the balcony.
First time in the style, ladies and gentlemen. Did you smash it? Scott, I would like to say though, mate, don't put yourself down, alright? Mr. Bean's bit, he doesn't look like Mr. Bean, does he, guys? Okay, you do. I'm sorry, mate. The audience has spoken. I'm really sorry. But that got me thinking, because you know, long hair. Long hair, Mr. B, obviously. Someone else I could have been told I look like. It's the most offensive one I've ever been told I look like. And that's Bill Bailey. Bill fucking Bailey. Why are you laughing at that? That's not funny. It's disrespectful. Jesus Christ. It was funny, when they said that I look like Bill Bailey, they said I look like a young Bill Bailey. As if that's better than old Bill Bailey. Bill fucking Bailey. They basically tell me I had a fat forehead, right? Fucking hell, Jesus Christ, Bill fucking Bailey. Do I look like Bill Bailey, Dylan? You sure? Didn't seem quite convinced. Sorry?
I promise.
Promise. Do I look like Bill Bailey? I think I know the answer. Meg, do I look like Bill Bailey? Thanks, Meg. Brilliant stuff. Right. I'm going to shut up about Bill Bailey. I've talked about Bill Bailey too long. Are you ready for your second act of the night? Tap your feet. Clap your hands to the UKC Stand-Up Presents, the one, the only Sterling. Right.
Hello! Hello. Hey, well, hello. Are we all good? Stand up on the tower? Yeah. Woo! I have a very serious question for all of you that you're going to have to answer. You're going to have to answer it, Dylan. Does the beard work? No. Apparently not. Funny thing is, you wouldn't guess it's 6 months growth. Now, a little disclaimer before I start. I do get nervous, and when I get nervous, I'm prone to IBS. So, case in point, these jeans are blue right now, but by the end of this set, they may well be the colour of a chestnut. That's poo. So, have we all had a good Easter? Yeah? Enthusiastic. Have we all had a good Easter?
Yeah!
I had COVID. Oh. Thanks for the sympathy. So me and my mum had COVID at the start, and I recovered quicker than she did, and I thought, when I get better, I'm like, right, I feel better now, I'm going to take out the bins, help mum out. So I tied the bin up, took it to the door, and I hear my mum, she's crawling out of bed. She's still pissed off that I brought COVID home. And she just gets out of bed and she's like, what are you doing, Ross? That's how COVID sounds. Taking the bins out, Mum. That's not the bins! That's my bag! Why do mums have such big bags? They're always from fucking Next, aren't they? It's just a thought, But it's a little bit about me, for those of you that don't know me. I had a twin brother once. Yeah? Believe that, didn't I? No. He asked my mum for money. My mum was like, right, get my purse out in my bag. He reached in, fell. I never saw him again. And we think, judging by the movement of Mum's bag, on occasion, he might still be in there. Living off free biscoffs you get in cafes, and sugar sachets. And the odd meal deal Mum puts in there, just in case. And sometimes we hear an echo from the bag. We just hear a voice going, egg and cress. Hula hoops. Tango. Poor Glenn. I miss that guy. So when I tested negative, I thought, right, I'm going to take Mum out into Canterbury. We went into Skechers, because that's the first thing you do when you test negative, you go into Skechers. This was me, Mum's bag, Glenn, question mark. Have you noticed? I needed a new pair of trainers, so I went into Skechers. Trainers is the only thing that Skechers sell, but when you ask for it, it turns into like a fucking military operation. Like the guy behind the counter, he's on his walkie-talkie going, he wants trainers. And then he just fucks off. And I'm standing there like, where the fuck is he gone? I know. Mum, check your bag. Glenn's made a new friend. And then finally he comes out and it's like a SpongeBob caption, like, 2 hours later. He comes out and he's like, you asked for size 10, yeah? Yes, please, mate. Well, here's 2 size 5s. I'm going on lunch, fuck off. And then I'm looking for a certain brand. Don't know brands of trainers. Someone shout out a brand of trainer. Nike. I mean, it's Nike, Grandma, but okay. Nike. I'm looking for Nike, and I'm like, can you tell me where the Nikes are, please, mate? And he's like, yeah, okay. If you slide to the right, slide to the left, cha-cha real smooth. Come to me. I'll tell you to fuck off and I'll go away. for a cigarette. Now, to be fair, I did leave there with a nice pair of trainers that fit me really well. Fucking ones I walked in with. My fucking own. So I've been catching up on the news this week. They're the council elections. The Lib Dems did very well. They made a bit of a comeback. Now, my granddad was a Lib Dem, but he hates former Liberal Democrat leader Nick Clegg. Now, I remember once, as a family, we're sitting in the living room, we're watching the news, and Nick Clegg comes onto the screen. And I could see my granddad's getting really annoyed. Like, veins are tremoring on his forehead, his pupils are dilated. And then he stands up, he goes to the TV, and he goes, "You jumped into bed with the cunts!" My mum hates that word. It's like an electric swoosh cuts everything in its path. And Glenn, my twin brother Glenn, he's sitting there like, right, I don't want to see this argument, so, Mum, can I have some money? It's in my purse, Glenn, in my bag. Don't be too long. My mum just turns around, because Grandad dropped the C-bomb, and she's like, "Dad, you just dropped the C-bomb. Don't talk about the Conservatives in front of the twins." Now, I'm not a big fan of Nick Clegg either, although he is good looking. But you do not drop the C-bomb in front of Ross and Glenn, okay? And then Grandad, he looks at me, no word of a lie, he looks me in the eyes and he goes, "This is typical of your mum. Always defending good-looking politicians. She did the same thing with Tony Blair. And by the way, where the fuck is Glenn?" Now, I've given my family a bit of stick, but we do have nice times as well. Poor Glenn. I miss that guy. But we do have nice times. Like, I'm from Devon originally. We go to the Harvester sometimes for a Sunday roast. And the Harvester in Devon, it's like our equivalent of Shepherd Neame. And I still remember the first time I went in there and I was allowed an adult meal. It's a big moment, Dylan. Coming of age, you know. That was a fucking great 18th birthday. And I'm sitting there all full of myself, like, "Can I have the lasagna, please?" Wait, I've changed my mind. I'll have the bolognese. But I was only allowed an adult meal that day because that was the first day I skimmed a stone. Grandad was really proud. Mum didn't give a shit. But she pretended to, like good mums do and all that. And I skimmed the stone and I was so proud of myself. Bit embarrassing, but you know what happened when I skimmed the stone? Do you know what happened now?
I know what happened.
Yeah, you know, you've heard it before. I grew a pube. Thank you. Didn't expect that response. Honestly, didn't write a response to that. So I skimmed the stone, plup, 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 the pube's just like, boing. That was a pube, by the way. And I'm sitting there all full of myself, like, the kids' menu? I think not, because I'm skimming stones and packing bush. She seemed to like that. And then I look over at Mum. She's got a roast. You know what she's doing with the roast? She's scraping it into her bag. Just in case. Poor Glenn. I miss that guy. You guys have been lovely. Thank you very much. I hope to see you all again in the Musing Badger or the next time from this hour. Thank you, good night.
Canterbury. Hi, Paul. Everyone say hello to Paul. Paul is a legend, everyone. Absolute legend. Sorry, Paul, I had to. You were popping in the back. I was like, it's Paul. I've got to say hello. Got to say hello. Yeah, just by the way, guys, while I'm ever up here, if you want to go up and grab a drink, do not mind. I'm not that important this evening. Like I said, I'm a tour guide. A decent tour guide. Anyway, long hair. Last person I get compared to all the time with my long hair is Jesus. Now, I'll be walking down the high street, minding my own business. A guy would stop me and look me up and down, look me dead in my eyes and go, Jesus. Think again, carrying on down the high street, minding my own business. Another guy stops me, looks me up and down, stares me dead in my eyes and goes, Jesus Christ. And again, I'll be walking down the River Stour, turning water into wine. Little Jesus joke there for you, everyone. Yes, walking down the Stour, water to wine. Guy stops me, looks me up and down, stares me dead in my eyes and goes, oh my God. You look like a young Bill Bailey. Now that's enough of the hair material, you'll be glad to hear. And we're going to bring on your next act. Are you guys ready for your third act of the evening? Come on, Canterbury. I said, are you ready for your third act of the evening? Stamp your feet, clap your hands. It's the one, the only, Black Jamie!
So I'm going to be honest, right? Earlier today, I submitted a 3,000 word essay. Right.
Woo!
So, I didn't really get to plan for this, but I've decided that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to think of a set, probably about something important to me, and then, we go with the flow, right? Anal, right? Yeah, I just thought we'd do that first. It's also my role in relationships as well. Get on with that. All right. So, a lot of you that have seen me perform know that a lot of my sets have to do with anal, right? And I don't know if you could tell, but that's obviously because I'm Catholic, right? Yeah, I was actually born and raised in the Catholic Church. My grandparents were Catholic, parents kind of Catholic. Yeah, and I was also an altar boy, and for those of you that don't know what that means, it meant that I spent a lot of time with formerly known as what you would call the priest, who I would call dad. Sorry, I mean father. That's what it meant. And being an altar boy also meant I had to do a lot of things. Like there was a lot of kneeling. I was kneeling for ages. Ringing of bells. I was ringing bells all day long. Just ringing bells. Just ringing the bells, just ringing bells, like I was doing that all the time. Ringing bells. Yeah, and then obviously there was, that's when you accept the body of Christ. You ingest the body of Christ. Speaking of semen, let's transition to slavery, right? So apparently, modern day slavery is pretty bad right now, There's more. Bro, you of all people. Modern day slavery is quite bad right now. There are more slaves now than there ever has been. And when I first heard that, I didn't believe it till I started working at KFC. Yeah, that changed my life. I'll just get this out of the way now. When I usually tell people I work at KFC, there's that one quirky guy that's like, oh, do you work there because of the chicken? Firstly, alright, of course I work there because of the chicken. What? Like, bro, you know me, like, I'm black. Like, no, that's just a fact. That's just a fact. I'm not even gonna explain that. Secondly, that's still racist. Like, why are you still asking me that? You don't get to ask me that. Anyways, yeah, working in KFC, that was tough. That was some great character development. Introduced me to the workforce, you know. I learned that, actually no, what introduced me to the workforce, or the difficulty of the workforce, was applying for McDonald's. Now, I'll tell you this is actually a very personal story, right? No, I'm serious when I say this is the 7th time I'm saying this story. So, there are 2 McDonald's in Canterbury that we know of, obviously, though. The one that and the one no one cares about, right? There's the one on the high street and there's the one no one cares about. You don't even know where the other one is. Where's the other one? Exactly, you don't know where the other one is because no one cares about it. McDonald's. She said. Yeah. So the 2 McDonald's, I've applied a total of 18 times to both. I've applied to the one here in like 14 times and the one in wherever like 4 times. Yeah, and I could tell you how many times I got to the interview stage, but that would ruin my self-esteem, right? I did everything to get past the application stage. I even started including the fact that I was a Boy Scout when I was 10. Bronze DOE, you know, I had to include that because obviously walking for 20 miles is equivalent to working in McDonald's, right? And at that point, I wasn't really happy. I thought that I didn't really like myself. You know, I couldn't even get into McDonald's after applying time and time again. So I was upset. It got to the point that if I got accepted to go to the next stage, I probably would have been happier than the day I found out I was going to the University of Kent. Probably. I think so. I actually definitely think so. So I needed to change that. And before my 13th time, I realized that there's only one reason why I wasn't accepted, and it's obviously because I'm black. Like, obviously, like, that is the go-to. So I decided to test this theory out. I went to KFC. I went to McDonald's, and lo and behold, nary a nigger was there. And that made me feel better. I probably should have gone when the store was open though, but still it made me feel better. Yeah. So you know what? I filled out the form again and I said, and you know the Equality Act page, you know, where you put your ethnicity, sexual orientation. I said, it's time to switch things up because obviously I can't get in being black. I changed my name to George. I was a white George, and I applied, and I was quite excited because I thought I'd make it to the interview stage. So I just walk in like a black Jack in the Box, surprise them. But that didn't work. So I actually realized the problem. Being black was only halfway there. You know, they want to improve diversity, right? So I couldn't just be black. I mean, being black isn't really a minority anymore. In this room, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 black people in this room, and that's obviously not a minority anymore in Canterbury. So I had to think of other things. I go to the Equality Act, and I start doing things, horrible things, right? Firstly, I'm gay now. I'm a gay Muslim. That's but I'm non-binary. See, those things didn't really add up, but you'd be surprised that on this try, I got rejected again. Yeah, so for the 18th time I got rejected, and I decided not to apply again because I didn't think my mental health could take it. Yeah, it made me realize the workforce is tough, you know? You can't just think, most students have the idea that, you know, you just work part-time to buy whatever you want to buy, like a new TV, or I don't know, a new MacBook, or if you're a real dickhead, you buy a scooter. Right? Yeah, because who needs more e-scooters, right? Yeah, zoom, guys. Yeah. So I realized that, you know, students had this idea, and when I started working at KFC, I actually met someone who was working because he wanted to get flowers for his girlfriend. And I thought, oh, that is so sweet. And then he showed me the flower, and it confused me at first because it was like USB 2-hour battery life, rose vibrator, massage for couples. I had to take a step back, but once I looked at it again, I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. I think that idea has been crushed because in KFC, I had a long conversation with the 10-year kitchen cook, the vet, we call him. He's been there for 10 years and he studied mechanical engineering in the University of Kent. So you can imagine me, a second-year drama student, right? The fear sets in. I don't know if I'm gonna get a 2-1, you know. So I'm thinking there has to be a way out, and that's when the communists reach me. Okay, so I know I'm not allowed to say this on camera, and I don't think you should take my words too seriously, but I'm just saying, imagine a community where they send people to do outreach work, to grow. And they send you to places like comedy bars, you know, I don't know, you can think of other places, but yeah. And they're trying to recruit more people. And you might think it's like a cult, right? But it's not. It's a community of people who are raging against the capitalist system, not communists. Right? And there's heavy emphasis on community. Because I'm on camera, if you want to hear more, you could follow my Instagram, that's David_Ogundari, or you could find me in the church anytime. If they tell you it's private hours, you can still walk in, you can join in. But yeah, David_, that's OGUNDARE. So if you have any questions, and if you want to be a part of the greatest revolution, you know, then contact me, alright?
At this point, I've kind of run out of material for the first half, alright? So I'm going to revolve back to the conversation start. Now you with the beanie, sir, what's your name? Jacob, brilliant. Would you like... Sorry, that was really mean, I'm sorry. Would you like a funny conversation starter? Or a general conversation starter? Funny. Do you ever sing in the shower? Do you ever sing in the shower?
Sometimes, yeah.
What do you sing in the shower? You look like an Oasis kind of guy. Do you sing in?
Yeah, a bit of Oasis.
What else?
Beatles.
Beatles.
Yeah, some of like Lorcana.
Conversation. Paul. Conversation starter. Funny or general? General. Now you have an option between 1 and 20. Pick a number for me, Paul, and if we've already had it, then you're not having it, I'm sorry.
It's quite a lot of numbers for a non-academic.
If you want to perform, Paul, the microphone is... 1 and 20, Paul. 1 and 20.
17.
17. What is the most rewarding part of your career? So nothing, ladies and gentlemen, nothing is rewarding. What do you do, Paul?
I sell double glazed them.
That makes sense.
Again, conversation starters, everyone! Conversation starters! Oh, conversation starters, my favourites. Are we all enjoying ourselves so far, guys?
Yeah.
Come on. Are we all enjoying ourselves, guys? Come on. Yeah. Please, stamp your feet, clap your hands to your next act. It's NG!
Hey everyone. So you might be wondering why I've got a frog hat on, and that's what we're going to find out. Now, you might have seen quite a few people, they kind of have like some stuff written on their hands and notes, and I really think that's fucking cheating. I've taken it to the next level this time. I don't know what David was talking about earlier. Like, I'm a full-blown communist. Oi! Oi, David! See me after the show. So, if you've never seen me perform, last time I was talking about my ADHD, which basically I forgot my set, I forgot my therapy, and I forgot why I was here. So this time, I've got to prepare, got my meds. No, that wasn't it. So, I've always considered myself very political. And, you know, I've really thought that from a very young age. And what really got me motivated for this was British railway politics. Now, I'd be sat there, really young, watching Thomas and Friends, and, you know, I'd be wondering, are these railways nationalised? Are they run by a private company? Is Thomas and his colleagues, are they getting a fair wage or not? Brings a whole new meaning to the fat controller, or like fat supervisor. You know, is it cheaper to get a return ticket on Gordon or Harold the helicopter? I need to know. They didn't answer me when I wrote in either. And don't get me started on the troublesome tractors, the troublesome trucks, antagonists that run coal mines. That's just blatant Thatcherite propaganda right there. Percy, that green cunt, he comes into the series whilst Gordon, Henry, and James are on strike. He's part of a fucking fire and rehire scheme. Thomas is a strike breaker as well. I mean, I guess P&O ferries really must love CBeebies or something. That was a bit of a political joke for you. I really like politics. So, a little bit about me. I hail from the luscious, mythical, barren wasteland known as Somerset, which is right next to Devon. I grew up in a small town, and when I say small, I mean that there were more cows than people. Last time I counted, there were 7. So when I came to Canterbury, I was, you know, quite shocked when I came onto the campus, and I was like, there's more than 12? I thought there'd be at least 2, or something like last time. And so, you know, growing up, people my age, there was about 3 of us, including my siblings. And in my town, the bus only came about once a day when it suited itself. So it meant that my college had to hire out a coach for all three of us. And that meant that when we left, the population of the town decreased by about 43%. Man, the census really fucked them over when I went to uni. If you live in a brick house after the 80s, you're considered posh, because most people just use the abundance of straw that's laying in fields. I also spent a lot of time growing up in Wales. I spent about a year living there. And it was really, welcoming to see that there were actually more sheep than people instead. Just be walking along a nice little country walk and you'd see a bunch of human sheep hybrids in the fields grazing. My uncle's Welsh. I'm sorry, David. We're really lucky that there's so few people in Somerset, because it means there's not actually enough people to keep a continuous population there. I mean, they're so inbred in my area that our local MP is called David Warburton. Speaking of good old Dave. Speaking of good old Dave, he's been in the news quite lately because, he's got some really strong conservative values that he's been getting a lot of praise for. Like snorting coke, taking 150k in bribes, getting investigated for being a nonce. Proper Tory tactical trios. And, we had, obviously, the local council elections recently, and we had such a riveting time with this politics. It was such a diverse cast of people. We had the likes of Arwin Harris, an old white guy in a polo and jumper. And, we had good old Crumb. Good old Crumb. An old white guy in a polo and jumper. And we had Barry. Barry, he decided to change things up a little bit. You see, Barry, he wore a polo and no jumper. I know. Barry, you have my vote. Now, I'd like to finish this little set with a little bit of a pop quiz for you, because, we're from Somerset, and, I think everyone can agree that the best part of Somerset is the accent we fire. And, let's do a little bit of a quiz, and you, sir, I've never met you before in my life, have I?
I think you have, actually.
Don't tell me.
It was a guy's house.
And the Cuban. So what was your name?
Tom.
Okay, Greg. I'm just going to run a few catchphrases by you, and if you get what they mean correct, you win a prize. So I'll start you off quite simple and early in this. What context would you use proper job for?
What?
Proper job.
I've no idea.
Proper job.
What does it do?
What does it mean? What, proper job?
What?
Okay, when you're listening to the Somersetian language, it's, you need to break it down. Okay.
Right.
Think about it. When you've done a proper job, what do you feel like you've accomplished?
A good day's work.
I'll take that. It means a good job. Congratulations. You get your very own themed Froggy Sweet.
Aww.
Yeah. That's up for grabs. All right. Now, you, sir. Dylan, what's your name? Now, getting a bit harder, but this one's more well known. So those in the audience, you might understand. What does GERT mean?
Gert.
GERT. Do you want to hear it? Do you want to hear it in a,
Use it in a sentence.
yes. Oh, that's GERT or size. Any other? No? Oh, you can do it. Anyone else who wants to try? Who wants to give it a go? Ah. Yes, please.
All the way up.
Sorry, I'm not used to sharing space. So, what does Gert mean?
Is that when something's good? Like it's got lush, it's great.
Gert Lush, that's right, congratulations! You win yourself your very own Froggy Sweet. Ah, that's alright. Now, I need to remember what the last one is. Right, this one. Now this one's a tough one. Have we got any volunteers? Alright! Now, what's your name? Chloe, nice to meet you. Now, what does Dimpsy mean?
Dipsy.
Dimpsy?
Little.
No, unfortunately not. Anyone else would like to try? Go on. Froggy Sweet?
Dogs come over.
Yes, please. Thank you. You're the one.
Right over.
You right, you are?
Ah, not too bad, mate.
Ah, right, good. Now, what does Dipsy mean?
So it's alright, isn't it?
No, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid.
What is it?
It actually means when you're looking at the sunset and it's going down a little bit. I can't speak the language either. But, you know, I feel a bit, bad for you. I brought you all up here, so,
So I weren't too bad.
oh. What does wizard mean?
Wizard?
Wizard.
That's wizard.
Wizard. No. If I give you half a sweet, do you want me to give you the context?
Alright.
Yes.
Yeah. Were we just looking into the sunset and forgot we were doing stand-up?
It's probably Dipsy over there.
Yeah, I felt like green and that.
No, that's the trees.
Oh.
No. Where's you been to?
Where have you been to?
Where have you been to? Congratulations! No, you just get half.
Oh.
You get a stretchy sweet!
Sound. Good to meet you.
Right. Wait up. They're Dutch. Right.
Sound.
Dutch people. They fled the French.
Right?
They fled the French.
What about the Dutch?
No, the frogs. They fled the French.
I'm well confused, mate.
Right. They ran from the French.
What was it, Joe?
No, my fucking sweets ran from the French.
Oh!
I hope that demonstrated my disappointment. I'm glad. You doing much this week?
Not really, I've got about 6,000 words to do.
That sounds like quite a lot. Yeah. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing it?
I'm on a foundation here.
Oh, right, yeah, you did.
And it's me just for this.
Oh.
You're up for a dance touch race! And keep it going! Keep it going!
Clark. I'm Canterbury's answer to Arthur Christmas. It's nice to be here tonight at the Mooring Cafe. Nice to be here tonight. It's been run by these guys. These guys, if you don't know them, they are Canterbury Punting Company. You know these guys are pouring your alcohol, right? Canterbury Punting Company, lovely group, lovely group. I don't work with them. I work with Canterbury Historic Riveters. They're over in enemy territory over there. They're over abandoned. It's a nice venue here. It's a nice venue here. It's a bit old-fashioned. The wallpaper looks like it's been done by a Victorian stoner. We've got a little camera here set up for us. I mean, that might work for Daniel, but can you see anything other than just my torso on this?
You're all there. You're all there.
It was a bloody nightmare setting up here, you know. We tried to get in contact with them. Look at the fucking phone they've got! Sorry, mate. You're right. Alright. God. We had to bring our own fucking speaker. We asked, do you have a sound system? Saying, no, we've got a sound system. Look at the fucking sound system they've got! Hello! After Christmas! Anyway. Ollie there, he got his licence to row out on the river, or punt out on the river recently. It's funny, it's also factually incorrect. So, yeah, he's quite a fun little guy. He's doing this to, he works for Canterbury Punting Company, CPC. Of course, he can't row too much of a punt. No, that was cheap. Yeah, I see him punting down the river. He's talking about like, oh, here we have a, don't know what that is. Oh, here we have Canterbury Cathedral on your left-hand side, very lovely. And then he'll see me out the corner of his eye and just go, CPC! And I can't really shout back, Canterbury Historic Riveter! Anyway, so my name's Rick. I'm going to do some jokes for you tonight. So we've got any teachers in?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You teach?
Yeah.
What do you teach?
Well, I work in a nursery. So I teach them to like speak.
You teach? I wouldn't count mother, you know. Not my favourite type of teacher. Chemistry, biology, teaching to speak. Yeah, I had my friend George is actually a teacher. I've been talking to George the other day, and George is actually moving over to teach in the Middle East, which I thought was just so impressive. I mean, it's such a different culture over in the Middle East. It's East Midlands, sorry, East Midlands. My friend George, he was telling me actually, Roy, you know those whiteboards you get in classrooms? There's actually a correct way to rub one of those out. Did you know this? I guess you probably don't have whiteboards, they don't know how to read yet. You read to them. So do you know the correct way to rub out a whiteboard if you ever move on to children who have the ability to speak? No. Well, if you ever do, I'll teach you the correct way to rub something out. So if you've got a board in front of the classroom, George said, now Roy, you mustn't rub things out up and down. I said, now why is that, George? He said, well, you're supposed to rub things out side to side. I said, well, I mean, now this mostly applies for women. Okay, George. See, the reason you can't rub things out up and down is because when you do that, it makes your bottom wiggle. Allow me to demonstrate. We'll start off with proper form. Observe. Like a corpse. And now, you must never do this in proper form. Thank you for the pity whoop. So I brought some shopping to show you guys today. I got my shopping with me. Gonna bring it over to the lovely little chair. got it in a fancy little bag here. Got a fancy little bag for my shopping. I got this today. Got one of these. I got that as well. It's a 4Life bag, people. It's a 4Life bag. Come on, guys. Okay. If you don't like that, I've got a fucking bag full of them. Come on. All right. Let's see. What's up next? What can I get from you guys? Oh, okay. We've got whole milk. We've got whole milk. We've also got skimmed milk. Skimmed milk. Semi-skimmed milk. Semi-skimmed milk. This milk is still alive. It can feel everything. We've got, what else have we got? We've got urine. We've also got, that's the last one. We've got semi-detached milk. You guys pay me at the back. This milk, is that milk having sex? I was going to show you guys a werewolf, but I actually can't find that right now. I was going to show you a wenwolf as well, but I think they're running late. Who wolf? Identity crisis. Why wolf? Existential crisis. What wolf? Electroshock therapy. So I walked into maths class the other day. My maths teacher turned to me and said, "What?" These guys have heard it before. Roy, what's 10 times 4? It was long multiplication, mate. Then my friend turned to me and said, "Roy, is that a kelp thong?" I said, "No, it's an algae bra." Then I turned to my friend and I said, "What do you call it when two bottoms rub against each other?" I said, "Subtraction." Then I went home and my granddad started helping me out with my homework. He said, "Roy, what's 10 divided by 5? He's not been the same since the stroke. You're shaking your head. You're shaking your head. My granddad did die of a stroke. The old comedy. Wednesday nights, out in the shower. How are we doing, guys? All right, what else have we got in here? We've got, this is a fun one. We've got ribs. Spare rib. Yeah, you guys. We've got, this is a fun one. It takes a little bit of prep, but it's worth it, guys, I hope. We've got long life milk. That's what the Queen drinks. And we've got 2% milk. Goodbye shopping. 98% urine. I think I'll put it back to one more. How long have I been up here, by the way, guys? No? Lost track. Bucky, you're getting the lot then, aren't you? For this next joke, I'm going to have to raise the stakes. Let's go, Compere! Yeah. Getting one more, you're getting one more. Where? I'm from South East London. You're laughing like you've got it already. Where fucking paedophile society, fuck you, fucking punts, I'm from South East London. Fucking, where? I'm from South East London. Greenwich Mean Time. I've been working hard for that.
And that is it for your first half, guys. We're probably going to take a half an hour break to get fucked. Let's do this. Go toilet, go have a smoke. Let's enjoy the second half. See you in half an hour, guys. Welcome back to Stand Up on the Stour. Please welcome back to the stage your host, Daniel. How you doing? How's everyone break, alright? Yeah. You've drunk enough? Yeah. Good, we've all got drinks in. Good. Been to the toilet? Tom? No. Great start. Now before I get into anything, I just need to plug events that the Stand-Up Society are doing. Next Saturday at the Gulbenkian Arts Centre, we have Amusing Badger. Yes, and that is our end of year showcase, so please do come along to that and support these guys. And it's a free event as well. It's free, so you don't have to pay for nothing. If you go on the Gulb website, you can get tickets. Boom. Lovely. Right, so the last time I was here, Maureen, Stand Up on the Stour even, I did an entire set about Urban Dictionary. Now, I have some good news. In this 2 months period, I have now finally got my own word published onto Urban Dictionary. I know, greatest achievement, the mother was happy. Now I'm going to read it to you. Bear with. Right, this was the word, the phrase even I should say, that I got uploaded onto Urban Dictionary. Looking for a tractor. When one accidentally clicks on a porn website instead of a website about tractors. Famously done by former Tory MP Neil Parish, who claimed he was looking at tractors after being caught watching porn in the House of Commons. Now, it's Urban Dictionary. We've got an example sentence, ladies and gents. Come on, give it up for the example sentence. This is looking for a tractor in a sentence. Don't mind me. I'm just going to be looking at tractors. This whole story is just hilarious to me, guys, because firstly they're calling it the Porngate scandal, right? Porngate, brilliant. Not that we've had enough gates as it is recently. But just in case no one in here is quite aware what happened. Basically, Tory MP Neil Parish, or shall I say, former Tory MP Neil Parish, got caught watching porn in the House of Commons. Now, I did a little bit of research into Neil Parish, just in case you guys wanted to know a little bit more about Mr. Porn Man, and I found out that his name is actually Neil Quentin Gordon Parish. Now that is the most fucking Tory name I've ever fucking heard, alright? The only thing that's whiter than that name is the spunk that came out of his cock after watching the porn. Neil Gordon Quentin Parish. Quentin. Lovely. Now, the only person who has got more middle names than that is the person who is running our fucking country. Alexander Boris the Pavel Johnson. Why is it the more fucking middle names you have, the more fucking posh you are? I've only got one, I feel like I'm the scum of the earth, Canada. I'm the fucking scum. My granddad, right? He didn't have any nicknames. He was an absolute nutter Canterbury. His name was just Sam Redding. Absolute geezer, Canterbury. That's where I get all my geezerisms from. Is a word, look it up, Urban Dictionary. Right? Now, you're probably wondering, what are geezerisms? Now, in case any of you have ever seen me walking down the street, you probably realise I walk like this. That's one geezerism I've got from Big Sam. The other one's the way I talk. I'm very common. I'm sorry, I apologise. I know we're in Canterbury, we have to be a bit posh, but no. Speaking of Canterbury being posh, do we have anyone with more than one middle name? Oh, sounds like an easy yes, Canterbury! Come on, let's see your middle names. Let's go for it.
Whole name.
Go on. My full name is Pollyanna Alice Ellen Dawson. No, I know it's...
Neil Quentin Gordon Parish, Canterbury. Neil Quentin Gordon Parish. Brilliant. Now, the next thing I found out about our good friend Neil is the fact that he was a farmer. Now, this is really important to the Porngate scandal because he was apparently in the House of Commons clicking away, looking for a tractor. Now, Neil happens to click on a similar website about tractors. Neil goes, shouldn't be looking at that. Clicks off it, and then he has a moment. He thinks, you know what? While I'm here, might as well. So he gets back on the website, Canterbury. Now, what I find confusing about this is how can a website about tractors be any similar to a website about porn? What was he on? Tractor Hub? I didn't realise you could go on Tractor Tube. Oh, don't mind me, XXX Tractors. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Now, the other favourite thing I love about this story is, I've got to admit, at that point, I saw his middle names, I saw him as a farmer, I thought, I can't be fucked anymore, Canterbury, if I'm going to be brutally honest. So I decided to watch some videos, and there was a video from Sky News. Now, in this video, they interviewed three members of his constituency. 2 women and a man. Now, I'd like to read the comments that these 3 wonderful people said. Bear with me. So the first lady goes, I'm just horrified, really, that someone would do such an inappropriate and bizarre thing. The second lady then said, I'm a radiographer. Other radiographers have been suspended for such things. Then the man turns round and goes, he just got caught. If that doesn't sum up men to you, Canterbury, I don't know what does. Oh, men. Hate men, don't we, Canterbury? Yeah, we hate men. Especially straight white men. Especially that, especially if they compare your gigs. I hate straight white men. Horrible. Now, speaking of men, are you ready for your first act? Come on, Canterbury. Stamp your feet. Clap your hands. It's the one, the only, Graydon!
Hello, Compere, how are we doing? I'll address the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room being, how am I single? Please, someone tell me. My name is Graydon, which is an uncommon name because it's my surname. I go by Graydon for a simple reason, and that's because my first name is fucking awful. My first name is Joseph. Any Josephs in the house? That's because your parents loved you. I'm named Joseph after the biblical character Joseph. And if you don't know, Joseph is the first ever cuck. And not only is he a cuck, he's a cuck to the Almighty God himself. So I go by Graydon instead. In fact, I see a lot of familiar faces in here tonight. Who here knows me as Graydon? Yeah,
I pay them to be here. I pay people to laugh at my jokes. Because I'm going to be honest, my comedy's not that good. It's been described as painfully mediocre. Something that apparently can describe the rest of my life as well. Yes, even that. I know you're thinking it, Tom. I know you're thinking it, Tom, who I've never met in my life before. Anyway, yes, I'm going to start off with one of my favourite jokes. It's a joke about archery. Apparently it's a well-known joke about archery. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready for an archery joke? Here we go. I love archery. There's one problem. And that problem is there's too many drawbacks. It's only downhill from here. If you haven't noticed, we're here at a bar, lovely bar service, give them up for them. And I thought, because we're in a bar, we're all drinking, I'll do some bar jokes. My friends, ladies and gentlemen. Oh dear, it's only downhill from here, yeah, I'll do some bar jokes, since we're here, I'll start off, here we go. Mango walk... What? Carry on, it's fun!
No, stop.
I'll be honest, Evie, it hasn't been fine since 2012, okay? My life's been a shambles. A mango walks into a bar, bartender says, sorry, we don't serve exotic fruits. Now, when you perform stand-up, usually you want to hear a laugh after the joke. You don't want to hear a load of football hooligans go, way! Steak walks into a bar, bartender says, how the fuck did you manage that one? My mother is so disappointed in my life choices. Daniel Lambert walks under a bar. He did it because he's a short fucker. Oh, it's so funny. Sorry, Pollyanna, what was that? Do you want to say that to the audience?
I said you're 5'8".
I'm 5'9". Scott walks into a bar. Bartender says, sorry, we don't serve anyone from the paedophile society. I'm sorry, Scott. I do love you. Anyway, let's move on from the bar jokes. Let's move on. I had to quit archery. Oh, why? I didn't tell you what. Why did I have to quit archery? I do love it, I really do, but there was a problem. Not yet. There he was. What's the problem with archery, I hear you all cry? There's one problem with it, and that is... Oh! There are too many drawbacks! Now I heard someone say you said that a minute ago. And to that person, whoever you may be, I say, if it isn't broke. Now I'm going to move on to some Shakespeare jokes. Who wants to hear some Shakespeare jokes? Don't fucking lie. You all look like pretty normal, decent people, which means, let's be honest, you don't want to hear me talk about, classic literature. Well, here we go. I recently got into a fight with 3 Italian men. One of them was a merchant from Venice. Oh boy. The other were 2 gentlemen from Verona. I really don't like the waves. It's not what you want to hear when you do stand-up. Anyway, We got into a fight, and it was more of an argument, and we were arguing over A Christmas Story, or you could call it A Winter's Tale. People were laughing, but let's be honest, how many of you have read A Winter's Tale? Yeah, funny that. There's a weird correlation with these things. If you laugh at these jokes, chances are you haven't had sex. Tom?
Yes.
Tom? Have you had sex?
Yes.
Tom? Yeah! Let's go, champ! Tom, have you read A Winter's Tale? No. Funny that! Funny that!
Nothing crazy.
That was fucking awkward, wasn't it? So we were having this argument and it got quite violent. In fact, one of these men pulled out a weapon and I said, "Is this a dagger I see before me?" It wasn't, it was a gun. So we're in this fight. It's pretty heated. One of these Italian men ran away. His friends go, "Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?" And the magic has worn off. We're over the Shakespeare jokes. But don't worry, we managed to settle it. And the only way you can settle an argument is with a good old game of battleships. Look, it's a stand-up set. It makes sense, it's a joke, I promise. So we're playing battleships, however, it took a while because I couldn't decide if I wanted to hit 2B or not 2B. Oh, the pissy clap, don't you love it? There is another Shakespeare joke, but I'm going to be honest, it's not going to get better than that, is it? So. I once dated a girl who did archery. However, there was one problem. Can you guess what it is?
Too many drawbacks.
No, she cheated on me. Fuck you, sir. There's a problem, I think, in today's society. And that problem is we haven't invented enough cool shit, you know? When was the last time, as a society, we invented something cool? You know, I'm sure we've invented very important stuff, like medicine, you know, but I don't need medicine. Do I look like a sick person? Yeah, who did say yes? Guys, I'm okay, I promise. But I mean like some real cool shit. I mean, we need to invent something on the same level as the light bulb, you know? When Thomas Edison, old Tommy E, when he made the fucking light bulb, you know? He came home, he flicked a switch, and there it was, the fucking sun within a room. You know, he lost his fucking mind. He was like, "Oh my god! What is this, witchcraft? Are we playing gods?" Nothing has made me do that. In my entire lifetime, the best invention I remember are Heelys. And I'm going to be honest, guys, when I saw Heelys, I didn't think they were devil magic. And they're not even useful. Who the fuck uses Heelys? You know? No one's using Heelys as a mode of transport. "Oh, I'll see you in 10 minutes. I'll go by Heely." You know, when you go on Google Maps, you put in a destination and it gives you estimated times based on what mode of travel you go by. You know, walking, bicycle, car, public transport, plane. Notice the lack of mention of Heelys. Because no one in their right mind wants to be going faster than the walking pace, but slower than a bicycle. Why haven't we invented teleportation or flying cars? No, we put all of our money into fucking Heelys! Heelys! Sarah cheated on me! So a horse walks into a bar. Horse says, "Hey." Bartender says, "We don't serve that here." Sorry. Oh God. Wow, that feels smooth. Anyway, yeah. Bartender noticed the horse is a little sad. He goes, "Oh, horse, why the long face?" Yeah. Horse says, "I'm clinically depressed." Oh, poor made up horse. Horse says, "I'll tell you why I'm sad. I had to quit archery." Oh, you know what you love to hear after a joke is, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" No, he says, "I had to quit archery," and bartender says, "Oh, horse, why did you have to quit archery?" And the horse says, drum roll, please. I have no fingers. I've been Joe Graydon, thank you very much.
Give it up for Joe Graydon! Like Joe said, if it ain't broke. So, I've decided that I'd find 3 more daily urban dictionaries for you. Right? It's a good concept. It worked last 2 months ago, so not gonna get away from it. All right. So the first one I found was Pokemon cards. Woo! Now this is what Pokemon cards mean. Slang for nudes. This is a conversation between 2 people. Guy, how many Pokemon cards do you have? To which guy 2 replies, I got a full deck. I have 4 Charizards. To which the first guy goes, damn! You want to trade some of those for 7 rares? To which guy 2 ends the conversation by saying, what do you think I am, a liberal? Second word that I found was plum junkie. Anyone want to have a guess what a plum junkie is? Cheers, Canterbury. So, this is a definition of a plum junkie. A plum junkie is a man who has a deep infatuation with his own testicles. He usually has no consideration to his accomplices and seems quite unaware of his bumbling, ball-banging daily pastime. Beware, a plum junkie is a serial offender and won't stop at nothing to scratch that itch. This is plum junkie in an example sentence. Hello everyone, my name's Pete, and I'm a plum junkie. Cheers, David. The last one is fucking hilarious. Oh, when I saw it, fucking lost my shit, Canterbury, alright? So, laughter. When a smile has an orgasm. The group chat broke out into laughter when they orgasmed. Now, I don't know about you, Canterbury. When I left my flat this evening, didn't think I was going to be orgasming all night, really, if I'm going to be honest with you. But speaking about laughter, or orgasms, please get ready for your next act of the evening. Please stamp your feet, clap your hands, and make sure to orgasm for the one, the only, Niall!
Give me a minute, I'm right-handed, I just need to finish this. So I can carry the microphone. I'm actually not going to carry the microphone. You see, my whole persona is standing awkwardly behind the microphone. Daniel's too short, this is a problem. My brother wanted me to mention him in the set. The camera's there. You got mentioned. You happy now? So, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. I know some of you have seen me before, who might know me. You might be very confused right now. Does this help? Do you remember who I am now? No, some of you have never seen me before. It's fine. It doesn't help at all, doesn't it? There's no beard. There's no beard. You see, you might be wondering, why did I even grow that beard out in the first place? It's because I look like Horrid Henry, and I wanted to look like Bob Ross. And it didn't work. So instead you're left with whatever this is. Now the only problem with not having a beard is I do get ID'd all the time. Either they think I look underage or they just want to know who I am. I find that intriguing. I'm not that good at talking to people though, so I don't know why they would want to know who I am, but it is kind of a key part of being a comedian, isn't it? Audience interaction. So this is the audience interaction segment from an autistic person who doesn't like talking to people. Name, pronouns, and occupation. I don't do eye contact either, so this hurts me.
Haley, she, her, student.
Students are a bit vague, isn't it? You know, when you ask someone what they do and they say they're a student, just like, what does that entail? You know, studying. What do you study?
Drama.
Typical. Everyone in the stand-up society is drama but me. I'm the only one. Tommy, you do computer science, right? Sorry, I forgot about you because you do PowerPoints and yeah, it's different, you see. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. Don't want to spoil it, but Tommy does PowerPoints. Yeah. But yeah. So where does drama get people?
Nowhere.
People go to university and they study arts courses like drama, expecting them to get somewhere. But come on, drama's never going to take you anywhere. Look, believe me, I know what I'm doing. I'm a film student. Film is going to take me far, believe me. My plan is, right? My plan is, I'm going to be the next Stanley Kubrick. But if that doesn't work out, I'm just going to be the next Sam Raimi, who is my favourite director. Now that's just, you've got to have a backup plan, you see. Does anyone else study anything other than drama? No. What do you study in the blue?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Film.
Aha! See, I'm not alone. We're going places. Alfred, you study film as well? Yeah.
So,
You also study film?
yeah, instead of Primark, we're going to work at Topman.
Yeah. We're like high-end drama, really. That's what we are. It's like if drama students had class. You see. Now, I've got class. See, I've got glasses. I'm not even that visually impaired. I'm colourblind and I'm slightly short-sighted in my left eye. I don't even need to wear these. You know. I was just there to. They were mainly a prop to mislead you, you see. Actually, I'm going to put them back on. I can't see as well as I thought. Joe, you're visually impaired.
Oh, Jesus.
What's that like for you?
I'm also colourblind, Niall.
Oh! Joe's also colourblind. What's your least favourite colour that you can't see? Me either. See, I walk out and everything looks like Schindler's List. All I want to do is go and get some orange juice, and instead I just get grey liquid. It's miserable. There's no fun anymore. Like, see that little red candle thing there? That's not even red. I don't even know what colour that is. It's all these dots. Wait. What colour is that red thing there? Roy, what colour is that red thing there? That's a question. That makes sense, doesn't it? It's a red thing. It makes sense that it would be red. What colour is that blue thing? That blue thing, that little bottle, Shrek bottle. You know, the thing that's blue and it's got a yellow logo. What colour is that? No, that red Coca-Cola bottle. No, I mean a blue Schweppes bottle. What colour is that?
The green one.
Oh. I feel like I'm less colourblind now that people have explained to me what colours actually are. In fact, I can see colour. It's just like Logan Paul when he saw colour for the first time. Oh, do you remember that? You don't, but those were the days, honestly. You should have been there. I wasn't there, but it seemed pretty cool. It's like you get those videos of people like hearing for the first time, and it always makes me wonder, could I do a stand-up set to them? I mean, if they're hearing for the first time, then do the jokes that I say, would they even make sense to them? Because if they haven't heard anything before, then do they even know what birds sound like? Sorry, Daniel, was that too controversial? Wait until you hear Daniel's set. Because this is nothing. This is baby, just like my face. Anyway, that's enough of that. Thank you very much. I've been nice.
Give it up for Niall! Broken shoes! Now, I'm going to be honest, Canterbury. This whole second half, I'm just going to be doing Urban Dictionary, so you just fucking strap in, really. So the other thing I love about Urban Dictionary, it's become really topical recently. Really topical. And I saw this, and I just had to share it with you. Now, this is Amber Hearded. When someone hurts you, physically or mentally. Person 1, slaps friend on the back. Person 2, ouch. Dude, you totally Amber Hearded me. It's called satire, Canterbury. Satire, it's current affairs. No, okay, fine. The other thing, what's really good about this is that it can be used in a second way. Whoa! It's getting better, Canterbury. Amber Hearded. The act of shitting the bed. I got drunk last night and Amber Hearded the bed again. Now I wanted to open up the floor at this point. Have we got any views on the current Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial?
Yeah.
Go on, Joe, tell us your views.
There's nothing wrong with shit in the bed.
So when I wrote this down earlier, I was going to do this a bit. I was going to think, you know what, I think there's going to be some strong opinions. Canterbury's strongly opinionated. There's nothing wrong with shit in the bed. Well, I'm glad we've heard it here first, Joe. I'm glad we've heard it here first. Now, it is time, ladies and gentlemen. Can I get a drum roll, please? The conversation starts now! I'm really not letting this fucking go anywhere. Really not. Right, who wants me to pick on them? Go on, fuck it. Go on, Joe. Funny or general?
Funny.
Funny. Oh, that's a good one. What's the best prank you've ever played on someone?
The best prank?
The best prank you've ever played on someone?
My parents.
What is the prank?
I did a drama degree.
Hey! Now, Joe, I've forgotten. Have you already done your setup here, or? Sorry, was it? Okay, anyone else? Yes, look here. Which celebrity would play you in a movie about your life? Johnny Depp. Pre-shit or post-shit? What are we saying? Okay, so you're not answering Daniel's questions anymore. Brilliant, I picked on you, haven't I, Dean? Tell you what, Ollie,
Oh God.
funny or general?
Go for general.
General. Right, number between 1 and 20.
6.
6. What was the last good book you read?
You can't read.
Chin is lip.
I'm sorry, Ollie, I have it in good authority that question doesn't apply to you anymore, so please pick another one.
Go for 9.
9. Have you been on any interesting trips lately?
Just the work and back. Oh wait, no, we did river tours. There you go, interesting trip. There you go.
Yeah, sure, just in case you guys aren't aware, the second best river tours in Canterbury.
Everybody says no.
Well, TripAdvisor can get fucked, in my opinion, so don't really give a shit what TripAdvisor thinks. Silly man with glasses. Paul's friend, what number? Funny or general? General. Number between 1 and 20. 17. What is the well, we've had that one. Paul picked that one. 18. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Keeping on. Conversation starters, everyone. Oh, Canterbury. What time is it? It's only 10:15, Canterbury. I've only had 2 drinks. Right. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. Please let me hear your feet stamping. Come on. Feet are stamping. Hands are clapping. Please welcome your next act to the stage. Lambert!
How are we? So some of you know me, some of you don't. A little bit about me is, firstly, I'm African, which means my preferred mode of transport is a boat. It gets worse. I'm 19, I'm black, which means I get searched so much that it makes Madeleine McCann jealous. And I'm single, by choice, just not my choice. My type on paper is Ariel, Calibri, or if I'm feeling kinky, New Times Roman.
Explaining puns.
Did you not get the you didn't get it?
It was him.
Would you like me to explain the joke? Yeah, you fucked it. No, he didn't get it. I'll need to. So let me explain the joke. So what I said was my type on paper is Ariel.
Which is a Disney princess.
Okay? I don't like that type of shit, okay? I'm smart, okay? Let me explain the joke because your friend doesn't know comedy, okay? So the joke was, my type on paper is Ariel, which is a font. Calibri, is that a Disney princess? Which is also a font, and I said if I'm feeling kinky, New Times Roman, which is also, and I don't know if you believe this, a font. So do you get it now? Fuck's sake, white people. Anyways, where was I?
You're single.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm single. Yeah, no, I don't know why you remember that. Let me just get out the old notepad. So yes, about the font joke. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like it's a stolen joke. So because of that, I just want to apologise. Not because I stole the joke, but because I said it better than the person who originally said it. But because you didn't get it, you fucked me up. So fuck you. Shit, what was that? All right. You fucking fuck you. Just fuck you. Oh, Disney breakfast queue. I'm so single. The last time I had a date was when I went into Asda and picked up the fruit. I'm so single that I reply to emails that specifically say do not reply. Fuck you. I've written a poem to further illustrate my condition, singleitis. Would you like to hear it? Yeah. I'm so single I can't do rhyming couplets. Did you get that? No, don't look to your friend. You! What's your name? Susan. Okay. What? Did you get that joke? Good. Okay.
You didn't rhyme the couplets.
I'm so sorry. Actually, fuck you. I'm not sorry. Fuck you. So, I'm so single, I'm doing a set about how single I am, just in case someone will fall in love with my humour. Now, there are two outcomes to this situation. Outcome one, if still single after joke is told, move on to next joke. Outcome two, refer to outcome one. We both know there are no other outcomes. I have a question. Who's in a relationship here? Give me a shout if you're in a relationship. I hope you all get heartbroken. And who's single here? Yeah! You know what? For you guys, I hope you find love, because you guys really deserve it. And then get heartbroken. Now, as Niall mentioned, I do have some controversial stuff next, and it's in the form of dark humour. Would you like to hear some dark humour? Yeah! Let's see how dark we can go, which is what God said when He was making me. It does get harder, which is what paedophiles say to their victims. Fuck you. You had this joke. Fuck you. Please tell me when to stop. Unfortunately, you don't hear rapists say that enough. Okay. All right. Okay, you're not gonna last the next few days. Some of you may think I've crossed the line, or like people who have committed suicide jump too far.
Wait. Sorry.
And you'll be judging me, but unlike people who have committed suicide, I'll live. Do you know Kaylee? Kaylee? Yeah. Do you know what the biggest tease a human being can experience is? Say no, you don't know. It's a suicidal person doing a bungee jump. I love that joke. So I'm watching a Jimmy Savile documentary because porn doesn't work for me anymore. And I had a thought after I cleaned myself out. They say you can only get what you want by working hard, or in Jimmy's case, just being hard. One of my favorite things to see in the world are ninjas. I love ninjas. I love the culture. I love everything about ninjas. And I have a neighbor who dresses up as a ninja every Halloween. And I always go up to them, why do you like ninjas? What made you choose to dress up as a ninja? What is it about ninjas that you love so much? And then he tells me. So one Halloween, I'm on the bus and I see some ninjas on the bus.
And I go up to them and ask them, what made you choose to dress up as an angel? Why do you like ninjas so much? And they said to me, no sir, I'm a Muslim woman.
Oh,
I said, Niall was right. It was very controversial. I'm not going to lie to you. Some of you know me as the. Wait, hold on. No, that's not right. Let me just get this out because it's very controversial. Oh yeah, some of you know me as the racist guy. No, that's from Boris Johnson's speech. Some of you know me as the dark guy. No, actually, that's how my friends differentiate between the two Daniels. And I've got one more joke. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a howler. How do I go about it? Oh, let me get this out of the way. So the name Daniel. So as you know, there are two Daniels. One of them is white, and the other's covered in chocolate. That's not a joke, fuck you. And Daniel is basically two words put together. Black and Daniel. Okay, Disney princess? So, if you put the two together, it makes what? No, don't look to her! No, you try to look to a friend, she fucks you, okay? Don't look to my friend and ask for help. No! This is your question, okay? What do you get if you put black and Daniel together? What the fuck is wrong with that? What is wrong? It's Daniel there! Look. Okay. Where was I? Oh yes, dark joke. Okay, I think I've said this joke before. Some of you know the joke, and it's one of my favourites, and I always say it. This audience, well, David, you've ruined the joke because you're not white. Anyways, this audience is so white, including you, David, that 300 years ago, some of you definitely would have purchased me. Thank you, that's me.
Give it up for Daniel! I think it's genuinely worth mentioning at this point that one of our lecturers, one of mine and Daniel's lecturers, genuinely looked at both of us in the eyes and said, I can't tell you two apart. Now, Daniel, just come back here now. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Canterbury. It seems like there's a few differences. Just a couple. I'll let you soak it in for a moment, alright?
what am I saying?
The differences. Thank you, Daniel! Give it up for Daniel again, guys. Absolutely smashed it. Now, as Niall has sort of mentioned, our next act is a PowerPoint specialist. So, but if I'm going to be really brutally honest to you, Canterbury, I don't really know what PowerPoint is. Yeah, I'm going to milk the Urban Dictionary stuff again. So because I don't know what PowerPoint was, the most natural thing for me to do was to search it on Urban Dictionary! I promise we've got one more act after this, and that's it. No more Urban Dictionary, alright. So this is what Urban Dictionary said about PowerPoint, for fuck's sake. Right, come on. PowerPoint. To point an individual with a foam finger. PowerPoint. I said this one's brilliant. Anus. The pressure point that elicits an impactful response. I jumped through the roof when she hit my PowerPoint. And I didn't think I quite got it there. Because when I'd seen Tommy's doing his stuff, I thought, at no point have I seen anyone, actually I'm not going to carry on with that,
I was going to jump in and say I have said those exact words before.
I've never seen anyone hit Tommy's PowerPoint. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And the third definition, I think finally got it. A heinous but useful Microsoft tool for putting together presentations of slides / view graphs. This little piece of software comes from MS Office and it features. I'm not going to carry on. Stamp your feet, clap your hands. It's the one, the only.
Hello everyone, I'm PPT. I'm a little bit different. I don't use a microphone. You know what? Can you hold on to that? If you say anything, I'll glare at you. So, I'm PPT, and what do you think that stands for?
PowerPoint Tommy.
PowerPoint Tommy? No, it's actually the file extension for PowerPoint. So, for those of you that haven't been here before, I want to quickly go over my whole deal, what I do. I'm a bit of a different kind of comedian. So, in the past, I've tried to tackle some really important issues. I started with relationships. I managed to solve relationships using graphs. I then moved on to Pokemon. And not Pokemon cards, that's not what I mean. But I wanted to make it a trilogy of sorts. I wanted to tackle something that is a real big issue, something that all of you would appreciate. And recently in my life, I experienced something that I think we all experience, and it's gossiping in social circles. So, to explain what I mean, you know when you're in a group of friends, you're in a friendship group, and you tell one person something, and suddenly all of them find out. Right? We've all been there, right? Have we? Yeah! Awesome. So, recently I've been through this. That's kind of been something I've experienced, and I thought, you know what? Let's use some maths and some graphs and try and solve it. But it's difficult to know where to begin with that, and I chose to begin with a different dictionary. There is over there. I went to the Oxford Dictionary, and I went and found the Oxford Dictionary definition for gossip. Thought it was a good place to start. So here we go. The Oxford Dictionary's definition is informal talk or stories about other people's.
Oh no! Oh no! This is terribly unrehearsed.
That wasn't meant to happen, and all of you are art students, so none of you know how to fix it. I don't know what I do now. What do I do? What? Can you take the PP out of PPT? Can you do that? Is that something that you can do? I really don't know, honestly. But Catsby, I leave it up to you. Shall we take the PP out of PPT? Yeah! Let's have a look. Okay, Tommy.
No.
Okay, Tommy. You've got
It's all I've been doing.
Right now.
Tommy, where are they? Who is he?
TPT is dead! This is stand-up, Tommy. It's hard to know where to begin. I've never really done stand-up before. I did bring along a joke book. That might be a good place for me to start. I brought along my joke book. £3 from the works. Go and get one. If for those of you in relationships, there's a matching Harlequin one. So I'll be honest, this is blank.
Whoa!
So that's going to be no help. What was your name? Tom, wasn't it? Hold on to this. Okay. Comedians, they go out, they talk with the audience, right? They try and find someone suitably uncomfortable and strike up a conversation. about you? Leicester.
Every single time.
Better, worse, Canterbury?
They get made of my
Worse, not you know, like, it's not diversity wise. But by I don't even need to do jokes here. This is I know. No, do you want to go up on stage instead? Yeah. Oh,
No fucking way.
No, it's alright. Well, hopefully I'm not putting you in an uncomfortable position. Oh no, definitely not. I'm a film student. Okay, I think I've sorted one enough. Let's see if I can actually do some comedy. So, hello everyone, I'm Tommy, and there's only one thing that you need to know about me. I really, really, really like dolphins. Seriously, I love them. I think they're great. They are like my favouriteest animal in the entire world. In fact, in many ways, I consider myself to be a dolphin in spirit. In many ways, I am like a dolphin. You know, they're playful, they're energetic, and they're almost as smart as an actual human. My Dungeons & Dragons character is based on dolphins. Give me a whoop for Dungeons & Dragons. There we go, love to hear it. It's a character, their name is Findol.
Nah.
It takes a second, give yourself a second, you'll work it out. You keep keeping up. No, okay, to clarify, dolphin.
No, to her. I like to her. I know to her.
Dolphin,
Yeah.
Findol.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. Okay, glad we're there. Cool. People often say that there is a correlation between people who play Dungeons and Dragons and not getting laid.
Yeah.
And I find this to be ridiculously untrue. I distinctly remember playing Dungeons & Dragons and having romantic entanglements around that time. In fact, I distinctly remember I got into a relationship with a girl a couple of years ago, and if I remember correctly, it was straight after I stopped playing Dungeons & Dragons. So there we go. Speaking of sex, or as I like to call it, dinosaurs. You guys okay? Okay, cool. Speaking of sex, as I like to call it, dinosaurs, I'm actually asexual, which is a very commonly misunderstood term. Most people try to categorize it simply. It's very much a spectrum. I'll tell you about what it means for me. I have nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with having sex, and I have nothing against any paleontologists that we have in. But on my to-do list, it's literally below anything else. Now, speaking a bit more about me, I'm actually from a small town called Colchester in Essex. You don't need to cheer, I know the reputation. I put a lot of effort into trying to hide it. But I want to give you a bit of info about Colchester because I think not enough people know about it. We were actually the capital of England in Roman times. The more you know. So back then we were the capital. Then they fucked off and left us with a half broken down castle. So, you know, go us. Now, what I would say, there is one thing that Colchester has going for it, and that is Colchester Zoo. Yes. And let me explain to you what Colchester Zoo is. It is a zoo with animals that's in Colchester. So there you go. But it's a really cool place. It's a good fun day out. Would recommend. It's about the only thing you can do in Colchester. But me and my friends have this sort of tradition. Before any of us go to university, it's a tradition that we go on a trip to Colchester Zoo. My friends back home, they are a year older than me, So they all went before they went to university. Then when it came my turn to come to university, they took me, I think the week before I went. It's sort of like a cultish blood sacrifice, but with more penguins than you'd expect. In the interest of sharing, I've brought along some photos of my friends, if you want to see them.
Yes!
Do you mind holding the mic again? There we go. I'll take it back from you in a minute. Here we go. So these are some actual photos from the trip that I took to Colchester Zoo before I went to university, as I take pictures of my friends. We start with my best friend James, who we have here. This is my best friend James. Really been through thick and thin with them. Would be lost without them. I then had my friend Ben, who's a bit of a rascal. Truth be told, they're a bit of a menace. Here, so this is Ben. They're a bit of a monkey, if you didn't get that. There you go.
Show the camera.
And then they brought along their girlfriend, who, I don't know, always has given me a weird look. I'm not really sure what it's about, but here's the picture I managed to get of her that day. So there you go. Those are my friends that I took a trip to Colchester Zoo with. So let's see what else we have going for us today. I live with my parents back home, or I used to live with my parents and sister back home. Now, what you need to know is I had a fairly normal childhood. My parents actually made me play clarinet when I was younger, because they thought naming me Thomas Arthur William wasn't enough of a reason to be bullied. Just to clarify, my name is Thomas Arthur William Parges de Grey. We went over the poshness. I don't think I need to say anymore. Now, my sister, she is a lovely human sometimes. And what I can tell you about her is she's the kind of... Has anyone been to therapy? Yeah. I've also been to therapy, obviously. You'll be familiar with the idea of a 15-minute hour then. The idea that if you go to therapy, you end up paying for an hour but only getting 15 minutes. My sister is the kind of person who applies a principle of a 1 second minute, which means when you say, I'll be there in an hour, she expects you in like 6 minutes, which is kind of weird, I find. I kind of find that a bit strange, especially when she wants to do something, when I ask her to do something for me, and she's like, oh, I'll do it in a minute, and then it takes 4 hours. Anyway, so I then ended up leaving Colchester, leaving a trail of heartbreak and trauma behind me, mostly my own. And I moved to Canterbury, and I've been having lovely. I've been having a great time. I've been here 3 years. It's been absolutely great fun. I joined lots of societies at university: archery, dodgeball, stand-up. We'll see how that last one pans out. But I had a really nice time here. I'm doing a computer science degree. I'm the only scientist in the Stand-Up Comedy Society. See, I can say that with my facts actually being correct. So, yeah, I recently applied for a job, and I didn't get it. But I got very hung up on one part of it, the idea that I might have an office. Now, despite my love of PowerPoint, that's not the only kind of office that I like. I do like I do very much like the idea of having an office, my own space. I don't plan on sitting at my desk. I just plan on filling it with cuddly toys and things that people might ask, what is that doing on your desk? But it got me thinking about what it means to be an adult, and I think I've discovered what 3 things you need in order to be an adult. Number 1 is, of course, an office. Number 2 is a calendar. I do love my calendars. I have a Google Calendar. It's all colour-coded. It's lovely. I should have printed out a picture. Everything's colour-coded. Stand-up is pink, obviously. So those are the two things. The third thing I discovered that you need to become an adult, this is how I became an adult, is you need to create a booking system for your calendar. Now, I sense I'm losing the room slightly. Let me explain. As you become an adult, people start wanting to spend time with you and talk to you. It's a weird concept, I know, but it becomes a kind of necessity. And I find it's difficult to arrange different social gatherings. So I thought the best way to do it was with a booking system. Give everyone half an hour slot, they can book with me. And I discovered those are the 3 things it takes in order to become an adult. That's the day I became an adult. And looking back on it, the last 3 years, and being in Canterbury and discovering what it means to be an adult, basically doing 3 years of character building that cost £9,000, I realised that most of all, I just missed the half broken down castle. Thanks very much, everyone. I've been
Now, I'm going to be honest to you, Canterbury. I have got a lover urban dictionary prepared for the or we can screw that off and we can do some more conversation starters. It's up to you. I don't mind.
Urban dictionary, please.
Okay, urban dictionary. So a little fact about our next act. A little fact, Scott. This is a little fact. The next act, Canterbury, is a northern act. Now again, just like PowerPoints, I wasn't quite sure what northerner meant. So I did the only thing I could do and type it in on Urban Dictionary. 2 stand up on the stairs I've managed to get out of this. I'm well happy. Right. This is the first definition of a northerner. Are you ready? Northerner. Person from the north of England. Unlike their southern counterparts, northerners live very harsh lives. Someone who is not, all caps Canterbury, from London. Sometimes referred to as a northern monkey. Northerners also do not like foreign, mainly American, tourists going just to London for a holiday. Now, this is a brilliant little dialogue happening between 2 people. American tourist, are you from London? Me. No, I'm a northerner. We're not all from London, you stupid yank. Don't mind a bit of racism on Urban Dictionaries. And on that note, we'll bring up the next one. An intelligent individual who is usually spotted wearing Adidas and Lecoq sportive tracksuits in order to be perceived as trendy. Often found rifling through bins, they are the lowest form of scum, after Australians. Now, I don't know about you, Canterbury, when I think northerners, I don't go, oh yeah, they're a little bit worse than those Australians, aren't they? When I think of the people I hate, I think northerners and Australians. Now, the last one, I promise, the last one of the night. So fucking enjoy it, alright? Northerner. A word used to describe someone who originates from up north of England. Renowned for liking bitter, roast dinners, darts, and for talking in such a way nobody from the south can understand. Famous northerners include Paddy McGuinness, Peter Kay, and your next act. Stamp your feet, clap your hands, it's the one, the only Evie!
you guys. I know I'm last. I know that half the room over there is bugging off to go smoke. So I promise, like my boyfriend, I will only last 5 or 6 minutes. So sorry. This is my first stand-up on this hour, so... And if there's one thing you guys must know about me, it is that I'm the human form of cooked spaghetti. In that I'm extremely pale, extremely flexible, and I have zero sex appeal.
Yeah, you do.
Ladies and gentlemen, my boyfriend. Speaking of my boyfriend, I brought him home to the family recently, back in Sheffield. Got one northerner in, yes!
Wax off.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. It went really well. He got on well with the parents. They didn't hate him. But there's a bit of a problem with going home with my boyfriend, because at home there's a bit of a cock block. You know, he's always wanting to get in my room, you know, getting between us, lying on the bed, and that is Rishi Sunak. Oh, sorry, for context, my cat's name is Rishi Sunak. I myself have 2 cats, and they are the sole source of my trauma. You're thinking, nose ring. Friend, she clearly cut herself. Daddy issues. And you'd be right. But I also have cat issues. At least some interesting kinks in bed, I have to say. Mostly I'm intimidated by the doggy style. The old way. So that sounded well. My sexual awakenings were also Niall from The Lion King. Yes. No. You need therapy, babe. Tom from Tom and Jerry, fucking hot for a party. She gets him. $1,000 little names gets him. And also Garfield. Probably the only reason I date a ginger. Let's not. My cats also have nighttime attachment issues. As soon as I'm asleep, suddenly their £50 2-tiered cashmere cat bed is not comfy enough. No, Canterbury. The only acceptable place to sleep is right on my tits. But if I throw them out, then I've suddenly awakened their inner demon, and my carpet has to pay the price. What's worse is my cats are fucking judgmental. I'll be going down, and I'll be having breakfast in the morning, and my cat will be waiting to be let out, and he'll be looking at me. I'm looking at him in the eyes. Like this, Kaylee, in the eyes. And I just know that my cat's thinking, really? You're having another slice of toast? Interesting. And then he'll turn to look at my boyfriend and turn back to look at me, and I'm thinking, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. I can almost hear his thoughts. And he's thinking, so you won't let me in the bed, but you will sleep with a guy who only lasted 3 minutes the first time?
Oh my
Brilliant. Oh God, honestly I think at this point, for my sake and Roy's, a piranha might be a less stressful package. There's also, please come back, Roy. There's also another problem with bringing my boyfriend home, which is that he's terrified of anything north of Milton Keynes. He really thought he was going to get mugged the whole time. So much so that I nearly rang one of my friends just to mug him to shut him up. Which is understandable, to be honest, because Sheffield, which is where I'm from, Sheffield, it's a bit of a shithole. Sheffield is known as Steel City, named so because even in the posh areas you can't leave anything unattended. Did you get that, Willie?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
So. I'm not sure. Talk to me after the show.
I'll talk to you I also grew up thinking that pret-a-manger was the equivalent of fine dining.
Oh, God.
So as soon as I could, I packed up my northern vowel sounds and I came here to Canterbury. Hey! Thank you, Owen. Do you want to go home? Yeah. We're nearly done, I promise. I came here to Canterbury, but it was quite hard because you guys are fucking confusing for a number of reasons. Down south, hunting is a thing down here. I was talking to a guy and he was telling me how he went hunting for deer one time. I thought he was talking about a drunken adventure. I was about to get on really well with this guy. Turns out it was a school trip. Number 2. Chips and gravy. What is up with your lack of chips and gravy? She gets it. What's your name? Chloe. Chloe understands it. You guys like your chips fucking dry, and I don't know why.
It's not really the same, is it?
Me and Chloe fighting hard. Anyway, I don't think you guys can really complain because your water tastes like it's been scooped straight from the Thames. He gets it. Another thing. Why is it acceptable for taxi drivers in the south to talk to you? I'll be getting in a taxi, ready to go home, and he'd be like, "You alright, love? You heading home?" And I'll genuinely be considering not knowing English just so I don't have to talk to him. But anyway, as Urban Dictionary says, it wouldn't have mattered if I talked to him because no southerners understand the northern accent. And the last thing, is anyone from Essex in here? Woo!
Tommy.
Right, I'm going to say that again because I know we have at least one. Is anyone from Essex in here?
Not true. It's not like a video or anything. Yes, I'm from Essex.
Yes, you're from Essex. Can we just appreciate how loud and proud Tommy said that they were from Essex?
I hide it.
You're going to roll with it. That is because in the south, being from Essex is normalised. It's not right, it's not normal, and we need to hashtag cancel Essex. I believe in us, thank you very much.
Give it up for Evie! Like you said, she was her first stand up on the stage. Didn't she do fucking amazing? Unfortunately, or unless you're Owen, does bring us to the end of our evening. You guys have all been amazing. Before we head off, please give it up to our bar staff this evening. Ollie, Drew, and Thomas, he comes to the door. Give them a big round of applause. And of course, we couldn't go without thanking all of our wonderful acts. So please, round of applause for Scott Fisherman, Sterling Rush, Black David, and James, Roy Clark, Graydon, Niall Bolton-Shoes, Blanyo, Poo, and the last but not least, the one, the only, Evie. Now, like I said, guys, we do have an event coming up at the Gulbenkian Arts Centre next Saturday. It is free. All you have to do is go to the Gold website and get your motherfucking ticket. I've been Daniel. You've been fucking Stella. Get home safe. See you on a bit.